Aloha and welcome to another installment of HNN Overtime, the Hawaii News Now sports podcast. And as we fade into the frame, guys, where are we right now?
Wait, how do we get over here?
Whoa.
Whoa, is this overtime on the road?
Overtime on the road?
This seems familiar.
We're not as in sync as the Sunrise guys to say on the road at the same time.
We're no Casey Lund. We're no
Casey Lund. Sorry, Case. We'll get you here eventually. But yes, we are on the road. We're here at Kapolei High School for a youth football camp, a free camp hosted by Kamakana, the local mall, and NFL Hall of Famer Ronnie Lott of the San Francisco 49ers. Super exciting stuff. I'm Kyle Chinen, obviously joined as always with Cienna Pilotin, Davis Pidner. What's up, guys?
It's so awesome to have all these kids out here. I mean, I think there's like 200 kids signed up and it's free, so it's great for the community, and just getting a big NFL star is awesome. And I know Davis got to go to one last year with a big NFL star.
Yeah, if you guys didn't know, I went to a Jerry Rice one last year. Jerry Rice came here to, give back to all the youth. Let me just tell you what a special moment it was over there, but this is even crazier. Let me just tell you, I think there were more people here than at the Jerry Rice camp. Let me just tell you that. This is way, way bigger, which is so cool. I mean, it's always cool to have these big NFL stars, these Hall of Famers especially, come back and give back to these youth.
Oh yeah, this is a whole production, if you guys can kind of see behind us. It is full-on camp. Age ranges between 7 and 14 years old, so good to be out here. And then the Kapolei Hurricanes high school football team is out here as well. They're helping out, and they were just presented with a check for about $5,000. They're actually that's going towards their trip to California this season. They're going to play Calabasas High School, nationally ranked thing, but just super fun. I mean, for all of us, we meet a couple guys here and there, but rarely, besides Davis, this is his second 49er Hall of Famer.
That up. I can't help it.
It's his second Hall of Famer.
I'm very jealous.
But no, it's rare for me and Cienna to, see a Hall of Famer and just being able to interview him and talk to him. That was really surreal, right?
Yeah, that was a surreal moment, and we had to get a photo. I mean, we couldn't not get one.
We were talking about it.
Remember it forever.
We were talking about it the entire time. Cienna were like, all right, we got to get this photo. We got to.
And he's so nice.
So sweet.
He's
Very nice,
actually soft-spoken.
Really soft-spoken. And you would think, we were all kind of too young to actually watch him play, but like everybody keeps saying, look him up on YouTube. Ronnie Lott was a beast.
Yeah, he was.
So yeah, just to see him being so soft-spoken, so humble about everything, it was really cool. And just to see the kids out here too, they're just having a blast.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that is such a crazy point that you brought up too. I remember at the Jerry Rice camp, and a lot of those, kids don't know who these Hall of Famers are.
Absolutely.
They even the coach said over there
funny.
that, I had to tell a lot of these kids to look up who Jerry Rice is.
Yeah.
And, to us, we're like, that's unbelievable. How do they not know?
I know. I actually think the parents are more excited to be here than the kids are. I mean, I saw parents walking around with Ronnie Lott, jerseys. It's so awesome. And the kids have no idea. So it's a great time.
Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, what a time out here, guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a little hot, but we bared with the weather conditions. We're basically the first alert weather team, but
we kind of
for sports.
It was really hot.
It was really hot.
Sports, yeah.
Starting to cool off, getting a little windy over here in the second city. But I'm gonna take your job, Davis. In case I'm gonna do a little bit of it. In case you guys, big stats guy today for me. In case you don't know about Ronnie Lott, I'll go over. He's a safety, played multiple seasons with the San Francisco 49ers. He won 4 Super Bowls with him. He is a 1981 first-round pick by the Niners. He's been an All-Pro 8 times, 10 Pro Bowls. So he's been out here to the islands a lot. He talked about that. We'll hear from him in a little bit. Davis, do you want to take the reins? I know I kind of stole your thunder there a little bit.
Go ahead and take it, Kyle. But obviously Ronnie Lott, he is one of the great 63 interceptions in his career, 9 postseason interceptions, 10 Pro Bowls, played 14 seasons, and was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2000. Ronnie Lott is a beast. He's known for his hard-hitting capability throughout his whole entire career. Absolutely one of the best quarterbacks, one of the best players to ever play, guys. Seriously.
What a beast.
He's a beast.
There's a story I remember watching, I think on NFL Films, is that he tackled someone and he got his pinky all messed up. So he got it taken off a piece of his pinky mid-game so he could finish the game. So he is a true, rugged, old school football guy, and now he's out here coaching the kids, and it's so cool.
It's so cool, and it's crazy to think that, we've had Jerry last year and now him this year. What other 49er are we going to have, right?
I know, who's next?
Who's next, guys?
I mean, Joe?
He did mention Joe Montana on the field. He said Jerry Rice and Joe Montana. Hey,
the ball's in your court.
The ball's in your court.
We'll see what Kamakana comes up with. Yeah, let's see next year. We're waiting. But, I think we've gone over all of his accolades. Let's just kind of hear what he has to say. Out here in Hawaii, just kind of talk about being here in the islands and being able to do this for the kids and just kind of hosting this camp today.
Well, first of all, just coming here, I'm reminiscing about all the moments of just being here in Hawaii. The Pro Bowl, as you guys all know, it was phenomenal here. We got to bring it back. We got to make sure that it comes back, but it was phenomenal. And then the other thing for me is that the Hawaiian people have just been so amazing over the years that I've been coming here, and a lot of great memories, a lot of amazing times with some incredible athletes. Going back to Ahmad Rashad and sitting with him, as a rookie, eating dinner with him in Hawaii, and to being with Junior Seau, and Junior. Unfortunately he was not with us, but Junior was like, we used to spend a lot of time just having a lot of fun here.
And for this camp, for you, how important is it for you to give back to, the next generation of football players, no matter what city, and whether it be back in California or here in the islands?
Well, first of all, man, look, just to be around football, and when you smell it, to me, you smell it just as well here as anywhere else in the country. And the reason why, man, I just know that a lot of my friends that I play with, they understand what this game's all about. They understand the integrity of this game. They understand how to respect this game. And I would imagine teaching these young kids how to respect it and they understand how to enjoy the integrity of the game is really important. So to me, I'm very blessed to be able to come here and just talk about the game. When you play, which a lot of people that I know that have played the game here, they have a way of feeling who you are here. And they get a chance to feel who you really are. And what I think about people here, they feel the game. They love the soul of the game. And I think that when I played, I tried to kind of use that as a way to be very competitive and to be respected. And so, yeah, man, football here is, I can smell it right now. And the reason I can smell it, it's a great feeling to be in Hawaii and talking ball and talking football and being able to help young people.
As far as your post-playing career has gone, these past decades, I think you've written a book, you've done some commentary, right, on broadcasts. How have you generally kind of been occupying your time these days?
Hey man, one thing I've learned a long time ago, you exhaust life, or it exhausts you. And so I love exhausting life. I love the idea of thinking that everything matters. And when she asked me to come here, Valerie said, hey, Mr. DeBartolo would like you to come here. I was like, of course, because this is about exhausting life. You're showing people why it matters and what life's all about. And so to me, I'm a firm believer that I'm going to do everything I can, as long as I can, to exhaust every moment.
Maybe talk about the DeBartolo family and what he's mean to you and to a lot of 49ers and fans. And they built a nice shopping center here, and they keep bringing amazing people like you, Jerry Rice, back here. Maybe talk about that relationship and what you've learned from that, and moving ahead, what you hope that people can learn from that as well.
Think about why I'm here. Because here's a man that literally would say, what do you need? What can I do for your family? Matter of fact, he did that. The first Super Bowl, he literally bought every member of the team outfits, and their family had outfits, had all kinds of stuff. And I remember sitting there thinking to myself, who is this guy? But you learn that that's who he is. I mean, that's why he's doing what he's done. And he's going to continue to do what he's done in this community for a lot of reasons. I think the great thing that I love about Mr. Barlow, he understands what it's like to be respected. And that's what every Hawaiian that I know, they want to be respected. And so today is one of those days where you show up, and you show up for the right reasons. You show up because you know that it's important to do the right thing.
Is that something that you're going to try and instill in all these players today?
Well, I hope so. Look, you know this. You think about the moments that you influence people, that's one of the greatest days of your life when you get a chance to do that. In this environment, it's amazing. Again, when I came here a long time ago, it was amazing because I was influenced by the beauty, the nature, the values of the people here. Much different than places that you go around the world. And so my point is that people here respect you for a lot of interesting things beyond how I played. But they respect you because they know that you care. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to come back. I'm very fortunate over the years to come here and play a lot of football in front of these fans. But at the same time, I respect these fans because, man, they meant so much to us. In the National Football League, this was a big deal. It was a big deal to come here and show up and to play, and had some great moments up here. Some guy named Lawrence Taylor was pretty good.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I was going to ask you if anything sticks out in your memories from Aloha Stadium, and is it strange at all for you to think now that it's closed down? It's still standing, but it's that no one can use it anymore.
Well, the funny thing to me when I look back at that environment and being around it, imagine you walking in as a rookie, and there's Walter Payton, and I remember he goosed me, and I was like, "What?" And to see someone that carried himself the way he carried himself, and to know what the game meant to him, it's moments like that you'll never forget about the blessings that he gave me, just because he showed me that, hey, I want to have fun with you. And I think one of the great things in life, sometimes that's what all these kids are wanting today. They want to come out and learn the characteristics of what it's like to be great. And hopefully I'll be able to share a couple of things. But today is about competing. That's what's great about this camp. This camp is not about me talking. This camp's about watching the kids compete. And hopefully these kids will understand what it's like to compete in everything that they do. I'm selling cars right now. I got a dealership, so I'm still hustling. I'm still trying to make plays, and the reason I'm still trying to make plays because I know that in my community, if I'm doing the right thing and helping out and giving back, it means a lot to that community.
Hey, Ronnie, I interviewed Jerry last year, and I asked him what one of his favorite memories was during the NFL, and he brought up his Super Bowl against the Chargers. What's one of your favorite memories during your playing career?
I'm glad he mentioned that.
He was talking about the catch he had.
Yeah, I think what's interesting to me about it's just being. Think about, you just mentioned Jerry Rice, and right away, thinking about him every day. And what I mean by thinking about him every day is that he came to practice with a purpose. Not the purpose of what people think about trying to be great, but the purpose of what his dad had taught him. And that is, hey man, you do a great job every day. And so for me, learning that from him and learning that from Joe and being around that guy, I hate Notre Dame, but but being around him and just getting to know him over the years and still, buddies with him, you appreciate all those relationships. And the reason you appreciate them is that, again, it's in the huddle. It's in the huddle of life. And right now, one of the great things, we're huddling today. Hopefully some of these kids will huddle for a long time and they'll make it to the NFL and have a chance to be able to participate and play. And some of them hopefully will go to, which I'm hoping is that they go to college and they get a degree. I mean, to me, when I look back at my experience, getting that degree is so invaluable for a lot of reasons. So these kids, they're competing for a lot of things today, but they're going to get a chance to learn from some really, good people that care about them.
Another one for you, another connection you have to the island is fellow 49er alum Jesse Sapolu. Kind of talk about maybe some things that you guys experienced together, maybe in the islands, or he'll tell you about the islands, and your relationship with Jesse being a fellow Niner alum.
Well, first of all, Jesse is one of those kind of men that's really exhausting life. He's come back here a lot, and he's not only come back here a lot, but he's doing a lot of great things to make sure that people understand his commitment to the game of football and his commitment to these young people. So what he's done with the football camps that he's put on here, all the things that he stands for, working with the 49ers. Jesse's just a great guy, but as a teammate, he's even a better human being. And the reason I say that is because Jesse was one of the few people that would show up, never complain, nothing never bothered him. He was like most offensive linemen, quiet and just getting his job done. Yeah. And as you guys know him, what a class individual. So, yeah, he was very dominant, with us for a lot of reasons. And I think the other thing that's really interesting to me about Jesse is like the leadership of him was always there, but a lot of people he didn't have to show it. Sometimes people think you got to show your leadership. He didn't have to show it. He just did it, and he did it, and he's still doing it, which I think is a really great compliment to him and his family, because I don't know how he does it. I mean, he's everywhere. He's up in Northern California, he's in Southern California, he's got camps down there. I've talked to him a number of times on the things that he is doing to advance the game of football. It's amazing.
Right, so what's the rest of your trip look like? You do some surfing, some hiking, or you just headed back to surfing?
No, so when I think about coming here and then being here and being present, really for me, I just love the fact that I'm here and I'm breathing this air. And the reason I say that is that whether it's 2 minutes or whether it's 10 minutes or whether it's 20 minutes or whether it's 5 days, I was just here 3 weeks ago on the Big Island. And so I want to say I'm Hawaiian. I want to say it, and I wish I was, because there is something really amazing about the idea of what people think about here and the culture and how they feel about each other. And so that's a great thing that I learned, and mostly, way back when I first came to USC, he talked about that. And then, of course, there are others that have followed in their footsteps. And so we're very fortunate over the years to watch, for me, a lot of great Hawaiian players play the game of football.
Guys, that was so awesome to talk to him and just hear a little little bit. I mean, he just described how much talent is here on the islands that we have, and nobody really gets to see, you know, the outer islands and stuff. So I'm really excited to see like these local boys put their names out there this season, and I mean, nothing inspires you more than having a Hall of Famer talk to you and your crew.
I mean, when you're a little kid, you know, I think it's cool to see, like, they'll go to a camp like this, and next thing you know, they're playing at Hawaii, they're playing at USC, you know, maybe getting to the league. So that he talked about that, it's super cool.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one thing to see these guys in a video, but it's another thing to meet them in person. You know, it's a different way of, you know, just listening to them, hear their passion in person. It's a whole other experience, you know? And we heard that from Ronnie. I mean, he's an incredible guy who had an incredible career, and he's doing an incredible thing here, giving back to the youth. Let me just tell you that.
And I mean, not to put you guys on the spot, but as former football players, offensive linemen, like coming to a camp like this, or imagine if you guys were kids at this camp and Ronnie Lott showed up. Like, how crazy would that be?
Me?
Go ahead, Davis.
It would be out of this world seeing, you know, him for the first time, not knowing who he is, but then, you know, probably looking him up later on if I didn't know, but still having him be here in person, to have him coach up is unreal, you know? There's nothing like that in person.
I mean, I totally agree. I mean, I've gone, you know, growing up here, I've gone to many different camps here in the islands, but, you know, to have things like this, it's crazy. Like you said, you know, meeting these idols, meeting these larger than life figures that are, you know, just like you and I, right? Like just a guy. So as a kid, I think I'd just be starstruck at first. And then in my little tubby little kid self thinking, oh, I'm gonna be an NFL safety one day, knowing very good and well that I'm going to be snapping the ball in my next life. I'm not going into coverage.
Not a DB.
No.
Not
So, but like, you know, just to see those guys and just looking at a standard or a benchmark to look up to and achieve as a kid, you know, you live for stuff like that. So today, super cool for the kids, super cool for us. I mean, we were fanboy and fangirling.
No, we definitely were.
I want to do more of these and more podcasts on the road.
I mean, hey, UH football training camp's coming up, so we're planning on doing that. So we have a lot of things going on, but I think with this episode, I think that kind of does it for us here in Kapolei High School. Thanks again for coming out. It was basically a big old road trip. We huddled up into the news van, and, you know, we had our tunes.
Second City.
Davis, before we go, you know, like I was talking about the road trip we just went on. What was the song that we were jamming to? What was your jam?
Hey, there were so many jams going on.
So much fun. It was a road trip. From our station to the Second City, it was a road trip. So.
It was a journey. Yeah. Cienna on the aux is peak.
Just saying, guys.
She had the playlist.
She had the playlist down, guys.
Absolutely.
She had the playlist in the back. Kyle and I were just jamming and you know.
I was 10 and 2, just jamming to the music.
No gas.
We have way too.
No gas. Yeah, we had to stop to get gas. That was on me. I didn't fill up the news car before we left, but hey, we made it. We had a great time.
We did make it.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. With that, I think thanks so much for watching or listening to this episode of HNN Overtime. To catch any of our previous episodes, you can head to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get the rest of our HNN podcasts. And be sure to check out this on-the-road video version on the Hawaii News Now YouTube channel. That's been another installment of HNN Overtime. Aloha.